Hello, my issues list video is very old. There are only some minor things fixed. One thing got even worse, so I will continue the issues video. And yeah, the video is now the issues list. I stopped with issue number 26. Now the list has 44 issues. Yeah, I begin with number 29 because I quit the last video here with this not matching lid. But now, as you see, this pin was falling out, of course inside the water. And yeah, the pin has, I saw the pin in the marine store. The pin should have an O-ring at the end, so the pin shouldn't fell out. I think they removed the O-ring, or they forgot it to build it in. Now to the next issue. Issue 27, this display showing all the configuration, fuel and tanks and electricity, has some trouble. I cannot turn it off. It begins to flicker and then it automatically turns on again. I don't know why. Maybe it's showing the trouble now. No, but I cannot turn it off. Sometimes it starts to flicker and never end with the flickering. So then I had the problem that it forgot all the tanks, so there have been only the water, but all other tanks have been missing. It completely lost the configuration, and I try somehow to figure it out. It has been already in Capodolando. And the guy in Capodolando gave me the password for the menu. Here somehow is a menu. I don't find it now. Here at the top, here's a menu. And you can configure the system, but it needs a password. A pass number. Of course, you don't get the password from Katana/Bali because they don't have any support. And yeah, I'm not amused, to be polite. And he gave me the keyword, the password, and I saw that all settings are emptied and reverted to the, I think, the installation settings, and the power which have been configured have been not 12 volts, but 48 volts. It makes sense if you build in a new system to have the highest possible voltage. So this system is working for 48 volt systems, I think. And I had to turn back the voltage to 12 volt because the boat is operated with 12 volt. And after that, the system detects the tanks again. I had some trouble with the tank measuring also. So, but this is a topic for a different issue. Issue 30. Yeah, on the tour from Capodolando to Crete. I couldn't stay any longer at Capodolando. I waited too long for the fix of the issues. They are still not fixed yet, but we had to fuel up the tour. We used relatively less fuel, we could say, and we had been used the motor alternating, so once left, once right, depending on which person has its sleep period. So we turned on the opposite motor, so you can sleep. We had fueled up in Chania 140 liters on the port side, left side, and no problems. And on the starboard side, so here on the right side, we only could fuel up 20 liters. When it went full, it's slowly emptying. This hole is slowly emptying then, and we tried to fuel it up again, and we filled this hole. Behind this is a pipe about 15 centimeters, and yes, it's not possible to fuel it up. I think there is an air bubble somewhere in the system which prevents the fuel from running in. Issue 31. This display always showed the fuel on the starboard side 100%, and then at some day it rushes down to maybe 85 in one big step. Maybe it's a sensor problem, or maybe it's a problem that some air is in the system and the air bubble went out and then the correct value is shown. So that's another issue. Issue. So as you saw, some gel coat issues at a spot where nothing can hit it. Maybe a small stone while painting, I don't know. These gel coat defects are still not repaired. They have been from the first day in Capo d'Orlando. This one and this one. As you see, currently I'm in the Limassol port, and it's quite shaky, so I have a big distance to this pier to be on the safe side. So some additions, here some cracks. The glasswork is not done well, as you see. So here another glasswork thing. I think they tried to repair it already in the factory. I don't know whether you see it here. Here is smooth glass. Here is some matte glass around. So I think they will try to repair something in the factory. I don't know whether you see it. It's so bright here outside. Number 32, gel coat issue. The wood is pressed too tight against the gel coat. When I was sailing, the boat is moving somehow, the structure, and this gel coat piece fell down in front of a fridge. The next issue, the remote control stopped to work. We had a remote call with a guy who knows something about electronics, and we found that it's not the relay, it's the remote control. There have been a loose contact at the end of a cable, and as I'm an electronics guy, you know, I had to remove the end of a cable and to attach the contacts directly to the plug. It's not waterproof, of course not, but guess what? Bali said it's impossible that the remote control is getting defect, so it's not a guarantee case. I have lots of issues with Bali. They have nearly no customer service. No, not nearly no, they have no customer service. Issue number 35. The poop tank on the owner side is here. And while we docked in Chania for 3 or 4 days, we saw that the poop is running down behind the washing machine into this bilge on this side. And yeah, of course it has been smelling. Therefore I looked. I had to clean everything by hand. Yeah, but guess what? Still not fixed. I'm 2 months here now with the boat in Limassol. They are not doing anything. So the poop tank is the next issue. It's leaking. Issue 36, the fridge again. As you may see, this base is not even. It's bent here. The same on this side. It's bent like this. It's not as worse as it is here. Here it's about my finger, and here you see I cannot put in my finger. So yeah, bad quality, and most important, they don't have a quality check. That's the huge problem with Katana. Issue 37, wrong table. Here I have this wine bottle cabinets, so I cannot put anything under the table because these cabinets are always in the way. I never use them, and if you're sitting down on the other side, you cannot lay your feet on a bench here on the opposite side, or you cannot stretch your legs because this cabinet is always in the way. It's an extra option. I didn't order it. It was delivered by Bali with this option. I don't like, and I don't like to have, because I always protect the table. Issue 38. You see it here. These are the stairs down to the owner side. You see it's cracked here. Not funny. Issue 39, quite funny. Have a look here. Here. Here they tried to glue something, but yeah, 3 millimeter air between. So really they don't have any sense of quality and quality control. Nothing is fixed yet. Issue number 40, the kitchen hedge. It's too tight here, and if a hedge is too hot from the sun, the reason why you open it, it scratches here. Now it's in the shadow, now I cannot open it. But it had been quite often so hot that I couldn't open the hedge without destroying this corner here, so the hedge is somehow not in line. It's opening now, as you see. The next thing, the grey water pump is not pumping, so if I Let some water flow. It's flowing now into the shower, and the grey water tank, it's a small one here. The pump is not turning on. I already removed all this water with this small manual pump and cleaned the sensor. It's inside here. And yeah, the pump is, so this is the grey water tank with all the water inlets, and here at the bottom is the water outlet, this here, and this is the pump. It didn't went on, I don't know why. "42, I'm on the guest side now. Here's the aquarium, or if you go fishing. But look here, it's a small thing, but the hatch is not tight. Here you see a strain of salt, so salt water is coming in. Guest side, escape hatch number 42. Issue with my Bali. The list is growing. As you see, the bilge is filling up. Very tasty salt water. Oh, that's bullshit. I turn on the bilge pump now. Not the bullshit pump, the bilge pump. I think it's not pumping. The pumping is louder. Holy shit. So I turn it on manually. Constant on. I think it's not pumping. New problem. Oh my goodness. No, it's not pumping. Ah, shit. What's happening with my Bali? Holy shit. No, it's not pumping. I don't know why. So the manual bilge pump was working. So I dried now everything in this small area. This deeper area is not sucked out by the bilge pump. I cleaned it now with a sponge. I got very bad water out of it. I told you about this bilge pump thing, which is filling up. The water is even filling up here beside the bilge, and yeah, salt water. So not yet repaired. One guy told me it's just the water coming back this pipe, but then the water shouldn't be here. One time when I've been in Dubai / Thailand, you see my videos, for 1 month this had been filled up about 20 centimeters. Now back to the owner's cabin, the grey water tank. While I was inspecting it and looking while the pump is not working, maybe the cable, I found this. Maybe you see it. Little moment. Water. And it's salt water. It's really not funny what happens here on the boat. And the most bad thing is they don't do anything. That's the problem. Here have been the side where the poop was running down. And here is the grey water tank. It's about, I don't know, 20 liter maximum. Just as a buffer for the pump. And guess what? I had to reopen issue number 4 again. Here is the water. Again, I think it's from the shower. Here you see it's quite full. without bilge pump. I think it's because of this flowing back, because the grey water pump is not working. But it should be tight. I think it's the adapter between this sink and this pipe is not tight enough. So shower wastewater. So another issue, no light, no, how it's called, night light, no USB charger. So I think no 12 volt here in this owner's sleeping room. Of course I tried all fuses which I could find and they are all in. One addition to issue number 18, this hatch is bent. It makes an arc like this, and this is the reason why the glass here is broken out, because it hits the floor here, and you see how it's making a bend. You see it here when I press it down. This is down already, and here you can press it additional. So this is topic number 18. I had to reopen it. You remember issue number 3, where I told you that the outer door frame had been sticky and I don't want to clean it. They tried to clean it, I think with steel wool, and as you see now here against the sun, you see this shadow. They scratched the glass to the bottom, so it's worse now, worse than before. Not gluey any longer, but the acrylic glass is completely scratched. This is about 2.5 centimeter. I hope you see it in this video. I have to film against the sun so you can see this shadow area, the scratchy shadow area. One small addition. My boat dealer managed to repair this scratched glass. They polished it. It's very clean now. It took, I think, 4 or 5 months of begging to repair it. So the service is, let's say, awful. This is a polite word. Another issue, 54. Here it's quite okay, but look here. You see it's totally out of shape. The lens is on the wrong place of the camera. You see here is air. So the board is bent to here. I feel the complete boat is somehow bent. Issue 54. Yes, this have been my second Bali 4.2 issues video. I will bring a third one, I think. It's nearly 1 year over now since I had been in Capodolando for 1.5 months to fix the issues. I gave Bali, or Katana is the manufacturer, all the time, but yeah, they are not willing to do anything. They did small things, and yeah, it takes time to back them, to force them, to make photos, and they want to have an proof. In Capodolando they had a representative. He could see everything in person. When I left to go to Cyprus and where my boat dealer have been, and he tried his best, but that's all. I had to beg him and to force him and writing letters reminding him. And yeah, some issues are fixed, many issues are not fixed. I have been at the boat show in Düsseldorf, the boat 2025. Bali said they don't know anything about issues. They gave me a contact person at Bali who I can set on CC in my emails, but he never replied and he managed nothing. So I see Bali is not interested in fixing any things, and to have happy customers in this stage or in later stages, I cannot recommend Bali if you want to have a perfect boat. I don't know whether I can recommend different other boats. I cannot compare them, but I am very disappointed. It's not for free, this boat. It costs a lot of money. I bought a new one, so I have guarantee. But yeah, what is this worth if you don't get any, if you cannot claim any repairs? So we will see in the third video. I will keep you informed. See you next time.